Yo, what's going on? So today is October 26th, 2024. So yesterday I was at the gym. I was working on legs. It was tough. I can understand why people don't like doing legs. But anyways, I was doing this one exercise. It was called the one leg lunge. Basically you have your one foot rested on a bench, and then your other leg is extended outward, and you go up and down with either dumbbells or a barbell. I personally prefer using dumbbells because it's easier, and it's supposed to target your glutes really well, but not unless your form is bad. And I've never been able to do the exercise correctly, and I don't end up feeling any sort of burn in my glutes. So I had my AirPods in and listening to music. There were a few other people at the gym. What's nice about my gym is that it's never too crowded or busy, and it's 24/7. Like by midnight, it's basically dead, and that's really nice. But yeah, there were a couple people there, and this one guy, he comes over and he approaches me. I've never had anyone approach me at the gym before. And so, he starts talking to me. He's like, hey, do you want me to show you how to do that exercise? I was like, yeah, sure. So he showed me how he gets into position. He sits down on the bench. He extends his leg outward all the way. And then he gets up, puts his other foot behind him on the bench. And so I was following him, picked up the dumbbells, and yeah, sure enough, I felt the burn in my glutes. So thanks to him, I know how to do the exercise now, correctly. But for whatever reason, I felt like I had to continue the conversation with him instead of just like leaving it there. And yeah, I was just going on about how I just started getting back into the gym. I was asking him for advice on how to stay consistent with going to the gym, talking about meal plans, diets, so on and so on. But yeah, I mean, the conversation quickly became stilted, a little bit awkward, very interview-like, where I was just asking him a bunch of questions. He was giving his response, but the conversation just felt unnatural. It was going nowhere, and it was putting me on the spot to try to think of anything to continue it. Because I just didn't want to leave it off on an awkward note. And yeah, eventually we parted ways, and he reached out to shake my hand, and I didn't notice it at first. So he repeated himself. He was like saying his name, and I said, oh yeah, I'm Jeff. So I'll see you around. Like, yeah, see you. So yeah, it definitely wasn't the worst conversation I ever had. No, I've had far worse experiences in the past. But it's in those situations where I realize just how socially inept I am. Because the reality is that, yeah, nobody ever approaches me. I don't talk to anyone outside of work. I have zero friends. It's difficult to meet people, to form connections. Pretty isolated, and yeah, as a result, my social skills are not great, and I strongly suspect that I might be on the spectrum, but I'm not diagnosed. And yeah, I mean, it's always been this way for me. So when I'm put into the position where I have to socialize, carry a conversation, it can be really difficult for me at times. And yeah, trust me, like I've had some bad experiences in the past that I've touched upon in other videos. Times where I've embarrassed myself, situations that were just incredibly awkward, where I made the people around me feel uncomfortable, uneasy. They thought I was just a complete weirdo, and that wasn't in my head. I mean, that it was very obvious that they were feeling that way towards me, and I always feel subhuman in the aftermath when those situations unravel in that way. I never want to make other people feel uncomfortable, but because of how stunted I am socially, due to the years and years and years of isolation, my lack of social skills just rears its ugly head, and just simple interactions and conversations can seem like a Herculean task. But I would like to think that I'm growing, that I'm improving. I don't think I'm doomed to be like this forever. Like it can and will get better. I think anybody can learn social skills, even if you are on the spectrum. I don't know if I am for sure. So, I don't want to make it into a big deal, because it's not, right? Like, it really wasn't that bad of a conversation. I just hope that I didn't make him feel uncomfortable. I hope that I didn't leave a bad impression, because I would hate for that to be the case. But life goes on, and there will be many more interactions like that, and I'll just have to learn as I go, and hopefully improve and do better.